All right. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. Welcome to Leaders Talk Communications. I'm here with Armstead. I'm pronouncing your name correctly, right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. Um, Army is the executive director of Emergent Works in New York City. So happy that you're joining me today. I met Army last year at Miami Art Week at an event that was hosted by Camelback Ventures. Remember that?
Yeah, beautiful
Uh,
job.
yeah, Camelback is an organization that provides mentorship and seed funding and community to entrepreneurs who are from underinvested communities. My friend Robert Johnson invited me, and he was like, "You got to come. You're going to be, blown away by the experience." And I was. Just amazing leaders all around, and Army was one who really stuck out to me, and I was like, I really love to speak to him on Leaders Talk Communications, and you graciously agreed. I love that your LinkedIn profile says, "Hey, you're living proof that tech is a vehicle for freedom, and you're helping Black and Brown folks to experience that freedom as well, doing really
Yeah,
meaningful work." So thank you so much for joining me today, Army. Leaders Talk Communications is all about understanding how executives manage communications at their business or at their nonprofit. My goal is to have other leaders hear your stories and learn from you and get insights from you to help them better navigate their own leadership communication. And then I also want communications people to hear from leaders what's going on in your mind so that they can better support you. So let's
yeah,
go. Let's just jump right in. Tell us about Emergent Works Army, what you do, and then I want to know what inspires you the most about your role there as executive director.
yes, yes. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for this opportunity for sharing your platform with me. And shout out Camelback, one of my favorite partners on the planet, their whole team too.
Mm,
But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so Emerging Works, we're here to disrupt the cycle of incarceration, generational poverty for Black and Brown youth and adults impacted by the justice system. And we do that by providing technical education through digital and AI literacy and fluency and workforce development and creative expression for our young people, right? So that we
Okay.
believe the journey is holistic and like to invest in someone's skill set, we must also invest in their healing. So we take this holistic approach
Mm,
through two programs that we have that allow us to be accountable for people getting jobs 6 months after the program that at least pay $2 above minimum wage. We've had participants
mm.
get work at Disney. Shout out Maria.
What?
We went through Camelback together. That's the crazy part. Yeah, so another story there, but we have
Yeah.
people go to Amazon. We have people work here at Emergent Works. So we really use technology as a vehicle and an option for our communities that have been historically left out of tech, right? So my journey
Yeah.
started, I actually was in the inaugural program. We were formerly
Mm,
co-cooperative, and our founder is
yeah.
Alex Chin. Shout out to AQ. So I had the opportunity to come on as the first employee and co-founder of what we now serve as Emergent Work. So yeah, that's
Wow.
been a bit of the journey, and we've been here since 2020.
Wow, that's amazing. So Maria, the thing at Disney, like talk a bit about that and what happened there.
Yeah, shout out to Maria. She is the executive director of Fermi Coding. They're doing
Mm-hmm.
some amazing work out west. And back in COVID, we had to turn all of our programs virtual, just like most of the world, right? We had to
Yeah,
adapt,
yeah.
and we were able to do so. And Maria was a participant who, served time, but already put pieces of her life together. Graduate of CSUN College, right? Graduate of
Mm,
Justice School Code. Next chapter, she did the things, and we were on. She came to our program because one thing that we do well is one-on-one mentorship. Like if I have to
yeah.
pat us on the back, we're gonna get you somebody that care about you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we were on
Mm-hmm.
a sharing circle, Jennifer, and they were like, "Hey, anybody have a participant, a mentee who would like to intern at Disney?" That was in 2021 or two. She's been there since.
Oh, that's
and
amazing.
and and I'm sharing because she shared with us, right? Like when she got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
job, she hit the Slack channel and said, "Hey, I also negotiated a higher salary for myself." Like
I love
walked
it.
in the door, right? So that was
Yeah,
a time where
yeah,
we really focused on software engineering.
yeah.
That was the premise of what we were doing. Teach people code. At that time, the tech job gap was exasperated because of COVID, and it was a real opportunity for us to be a part of the tech ed ecosystem at that time.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what particular aspects of tech. You mentioned digital and AI, so coding, and now you've obviously like pivoted, like we've all had to do. And
Yeah,
you and I love that you're keeping folks up on what on the latest and greatest, and ensuring that they're able to compete in the marketplace. I'm going to go off script a little bit, and I'm curious what how how you're incorporating AI and how you're supporting them to prepare for jobs that we honestly we not don't even know all the range of jobs that may emerge as a
yeah.
result of AI. But I'm curious how you're what that content is.
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is, I believe McKinsey Scott just released a report that said by 2030, 70% of jobs are going to be like AI enabled, or you're going to need these skills. And
Hmm.
people see that and get afraid. I got excited. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh,
Y'all want a merit-based
yeah.
economy? We got you. We got you.
Mm,
But it takes
yeah.
allyship. So us being in tech, I have an amazing board with technical expertise. I'm like, guys, how do we use AI for the W-2 worker and for the entrepreneur? That is very important right now because I use AI. I'm
Yeah.
using Gemini. I'm using chat. So if it's helping me save hours of my time, helping me think,
Right.
not doing my work for me, right? But
Right.
like if it can help me be way more efficient, why can't we get these skills to the community? And it's like
Hmm.
on MySpace, Jennifer. I use
Yeah.
MySpace every day it was out, and no one said, "Hey, Army, coding is a job."
Mm.
No one told me that. I didn't understand. I knew I was copying, pasting HTML, but no one said,
Yeah.
"Hey, you can make six figures from doing this, from doing having these skills." We're not
Right.
about to
That's where
watch
the
the
mentorship.
WW. Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have to watch this digital divide continue to increase this time. We can
Right.
respond.
Right.
We can act. And the way that we're doing that is like, what tools are proficient for you to need to know so that you are performing well at your job, right? Or
Yeah.
if you're the
Yeah.
entrepreneur, what can you do with these tools that will help you create that digital product, provide that framework for the book that you're writing, and
Mhm,
also
mhm.
2025, 300,000 women lost their jobs, and it could have been a higher number. Absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable
Yeah.
for this economy, for our government. That is unacceptable, because if y'all are looking for talent and skills, I don't even need to think I need to even go further for that talent pool, right? But okay,
Yeah.
now we'll get them the AI skills that will allow them to have the skill set to practice leapfrog economics. This is going to give us an opportunity to do that, and we want to be on the front line, on a very basic, practical level for people, and not the
Yeah.
fluff. Right? We still learning, so it's just like
Yeah. Yeah.
entry level. How do we start? How do we get this to our people?
I love it. Thank you. That's awesome. I had initially asked what inspires you most about your role, but I think I get it.
It's
I
us,
think I get
Jennifer.
it. I
It's
know.
us. I love
Um,
us.
I read that you toured globally performing music. You talked about
Yeah.
creative expression earlier since you were 16 years old, and that you
Yes.
taught therapeutic songwriting practices in detention centers and prisons. How does being a musician impact the way you communicate as a leader?
Music is a filter for my emotional intelligence practices. It
Hmm,
is therapy
interesting.
for me.
Yeah,
And I say that because my musical career started in church. So
yeah,
me speaking about faith, me speaking about life, speaking life is something that I've always known, always knew this is praise and worship. So even when I left, backslid, fell, bumped my head like most human beings do, the music still was a reflection of my heart, no matter how dark or light it was in those seasons. But it
yeah.
always allowed me to heal, always allowed me to say the things that I didn't say to people around me or the therapist. It always allowed me to
Mhm.
truly be myself. and build life skills. So I
Yeah.
took that into detention centers in New York City, Rikers Island, and across the globe in
Wow.
Australia, in New Zealand, and all of these different places. And the whole premise was to understand, to get people to understand their story is powerful. Your story, you like the end. Your
Mm.
story is powerful no matter what, and you can speak life. Like the life that I'm able to
Yeah.
live now to take care of my son, I spoke into existence. That's, we call it manifestation these days, right? But
Yeah.
these are
Yeah.
practices that are real. And now I'm an unk, right? This is, I know we got a new
Yeah.
generation turn. I'm unk now. We gotta pay that forward. You know, we gotta
Yeah.
pay it
Yeah.
forward. This new generation, instead of condemning their style of music, is there a world where we can allow them to heal through their language, which is music,
Yeah.
right? And
Meeting
not
them,
forever.
meeting them where they are, meeting them where they
Let's do
are.
that. Let's meet
You
them where
know,
they
when
are and then help them.
you talked about emotional intelligence, and we know that leaders need both, right? So I love
Yeah,
that your I love that you said that the way that you strengthen your emotional intelligence is through music, and that
yeah,
supports you as a leader. Talk a bit about, Army, the different stakeholders that you have to engage with. Who are the different people that you have to influence, inspire,
yeah.
so that they can take action? And where do you, as Army, where do you think you thrive in communicating with them? I mean, I think one of the obvious answers is that you've lived and breathed the work, the people, the experiences of the people that you're supporting to a great extent. So I'm sure that that helps in telling the story. But I'm just curious what you believe is your secret sauce as a leader, and helping you communicate with all of the different types of people you have to engage with to support the work you do at Emergent Works.
Yeah, and I want to shout them out too, like a Camelback, like a Pinkerton Foundation, CCA.
Mm-hmm.
We have community strategic partners. You know, those are funders. We got community engagement partners, which is like Harlem Workforce One, who takes our graduates and gets them jobs, Center for Employment Opportunities, but also
Mm.
our mentors. Like we thrive because of mentors. Shout out to Nikki, Megan, Jonathan, the mentor, the YP board, who are the alumni mentors who still show up. This 4 or 5 years of them giving so much
Wow.
of their time, and they're still here. We're actually doing a retreat next week. So yeah, it's gonna be an
Mm-hmm.
amazing time. But also the participants, you know, the people think that system impacted community members are broken. Like
Mm.
that black and black and brown people have survived literal hell. We
Yeah.
not breaking because the economy is breaking, but we need an opportunity. We need
Yeah.
options. We need skills. We
Access,
need
opportunity.
resources, access. You give us that, and we will see what happens again and again. You get Jennifer, you get Army, you get Oprah, you get the black excellence out of that. So I want to just highlight our community, the participants that come through that are amazing and have experienced a
Yeah.
circumstance that the world is like, oh, you're a leper. No, you just didn't get
Yeah.
caught. Anyway,
Yeah.
and my team and my board, there's nothing, I can't do nothing without the team and the board. It's like a Grammy speech right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But like
No,
the
I have
team
to
and the
tell
board,
you, every time, I think every CEO, every leader I talk to and ask this question, it's very difficult to put the mirror up to yourself and, like,
yeah,
they're like, it's my team, it's not just me. Like, I know that it's your team. I know that it takes a village. Like, and I love that you shout those people out. I want to know about you. I want to know what makes
yeah,
you thrive.
yeah.
I want to hear about your special secret sauce. But no, I love that you did that.
And and honestly, Jennifer, I think the the formula that worked for me is consistent and authentic. I tried to be
Mm-hmm.
the perfect leader. I tried to be the one that, you know, was unshakable. I had all of the had or pretended like I had all of the answers to the questions. The one that pretended like imposter syndrome wasn't impacting me until you burn out. And
Yeah.
then you wake up and you realize like, oh, the world didn't stop and you're in the hospital, sick
Mm.
from overworking. Oh,
Yeah.
right. So I said, hey, how about you continue to just be yourself consistently and just be honest, just be genuine, just be authentic, so
Yeah.
that people will always get that no matter what mood you're in. Like they're going to get that from you. And
Yeah.
I'm good at relationships because I care about people. Like people just are so transactional. But like I don't need that in my life. I don't want that
Yeah.
when it comes to the community that we serve. This servant leadership. I'm on assignment. So
Yeah.
people that I'm
That's
journeying with,
part of your authenticity, right?
yeah.
And
We
yeah,
got
yeah.
and that's where I'm coming from with it every single day, Jennifer, that allows me to just continue the work regardless of budget, regardless of
Mm.
strategy. We was going to sunset in 2025. My team still showed up every single day.
Wow.
Every single day they showed up. And now that's not the scenario. And they're
Yeah.
still showing up every single day. So that's because we practice a culture of consistency and authenticity that I would like to say I've always led with, right? But it was just
Yeah. Yeah.
figuring out how to do it in a social justice nonprofit.
Hmm.
That was the challenge.
Yeah. You doing okay now?
Yeah, yeah, we
Yeah.
figured it out. You know, building teams mean
Good.
learning communication
Yeah.
and individual communication. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the
Yeah.
questions that you had sent over is like, what was the biggest challenge? And it was communicating to the social justice side of my team and the tech side. We were like two
Oh,
orgs
interesting.
for a
Yeah.
long time. And it
Yeah.
was hard to explain the vision from lived experience and passion instead of systems and infrastructure. Man,
Interesting.
that got me.
I'm curious what that communicate what that link was. What was the link? Um, Maybe the mission? For
Yeah,
both the tech and the social justice, like, what was the link that what was it that helped you make the connection for those two different types of thinkers?
we kept seeing wins. We kept seeing
Mm,
people get jobs, and we were building technology at that time that was impacting people in an amazing way. Um, so what I had to do is like literally learn everyone's communication style and figure out how
wow.
to build a culture where everyone's voice is centered, like on both sides, like everyone's voice is centered, but also we stick to, I had to get clear on our North Star, right? At one point,
Mhm,
we had
mhm.
programs, we built tech, and we did back to school drives. We did everything because I was a new leader
Mhm.
with unrestricted funding with a goal to serve this community, right? Like,
Yeah.
pass those
You
orders.
wanted to do it all. You wanted to support him and do it all.
Jennifer,
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, we could be all things to all people. The hero leader is the burnout leader. Don't do that. We
Yeah.
don't need to do
Yeah.
that. You learn these things, right? I had to get clear on the North Star and
Yeah.
systematize it so that everyone knew what we were working towards and what
Yeah.
success looked like as a team and for them. So, yes, you're just making the social media post, but because of that, we got 12 RSVPs, 5 of them turned into donors. That's three students that could get stipends now because of your post,
Wow.
right? So like
Yeah. Yeah.
really had to create a system that
North
connected
Star,
them to the
data and
win.
analytics. Yep. The
Yes,
win.
we
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
connect everyone to the win instead of you see my passion, but this
Yes.
didn't survive after the stand up. After stand up, it's still all right. Well, I'm gonna just do my whatever's on my assigned task list then and get ahead, But it took some time, but because we did have people that cared about people, we was able to build that culture. Because no matter what
Wow.
side of the team or the spectrum they was on, Jennifer, they all of them cared about people.
And it sounds like you were so intentional in understanding everyone's communication style. Like, I
After the
don't
headaches,
come
yeah,
across leaders who are that thoughtful that often and that intentionally. Many, many are. So you said what after the headache? You knew that something had to change. I'm just
yeah,
curious what it is that made you stop and go, you know what? These are all different people. I need to understand that they all communicate differently, and I need to find a way to adapt and reach them. Like what? I'm just curious what inspired that. It's probably just you as Army. That's the kind of human being that you are.
yeah.
But
I gotta
you
bounce
know,
back and figure it out. Like that's what life fortunately has taught me. But Jennifer,
yeah.
full transparency, it was just because I was logging off a Zoom crying. I was
Ah. Oh
my
wow.
heart was breaking because I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, I'm trying my best. Why is nobody understanding? I mean, well, why don't they see it? I just
Mm-hmm.
graduated from the program and now I have $1 million leading a team of 14. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I didn't, and that grace was not always given. And
Yeah.
again, I'm on assignment. Find a solution. Wise
Oh,
counsel. Yo,
figure it out. Find a
figure it out.
solution.
Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
my board chair, really instrumental. She like, yo, she helped me work with key team members, all the leaders. We have to learn them. We have to learn
Yeah.
them. And always, she does this with the board, engage them with what they care about. And then we could,
Mm-hmm.
build it.
Yeah.
You know how it is
Yeah.
sometimes. So,
Yeah. And just as you do with the people that you're serving, meeting them
yes.
where they are, and meeting your team where they are.
Yeah.
I was
But you
gonna
gotta be
ask you
willing
about,
to grow as a leader, to because that
yeah.
was hard. That was hard to you got to move your pride and your ego. You got to go through an ego death and really understand as a leader, like, if this is going to work, I need to serve my team. And the way that
Yeah.
I learned to do that was learn them, let them talk, buy them a drink. People love talking about
Yeah, they
themselves.
do. They do. So yeah, so that sounds like a big communications challenge that you faced.
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah. What do you think is the most successful platform that you use to communicate? That helps you communicate most effectively with the people who are important to Emergent Works success? What do you use? Some folks have said, face to face, one on one meetings, LinkedIn. Like, what platform do you use? You said you take people for a drink, like talk. I'm
Yeah.
curious what works best for you.
Yeah, I've just got into the LinkedIn thing over the last couple of years, and it has been really good when you
Mm-hmm.
engage, and especially when you're meeting people at events. It went from like, here's
Yeah.
my digital card to here's my LinkedIn
Yeah.
QR code,
QR
right?
code. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, okay. But then you
Yeah.
got to go find that person that you just, make sure you take a screenshot of their profile because it's going to get lost. But that has been helpful. But I love face-to-face connections. Like, I love getting, I don't even drink coffee like that, but like when I meet, I love avocado toast and coffee for some reason. It helps me get full without being, bloated.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
but I love face-to-face interaction, Jennifer, because I know my strength is relationship building and closing, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sometimes I have a hard time breaking ice. So I'll be in a room and sometimes I'm just there observing. And that's coming from like surviving and life and streets. And I'm
Yeah.
just there observing sometimes instead of saying, hey, hi, my name is Army. Looking at your name tag, Jennifer, what do you do? I'm not always that guy. So I got to practice that some more. So I
Yeah.
love face to face, one on one
Yeah.
combo, but you got
It
to
doesn't
use,
surprise me as a musician that's your
yeah.
favorite. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's why I turned it on that. So I'm trying to find my balance again, right? Because you're in a different
Yeah.
season. It's just like, as you continue to grow, how do I continue to transfer my skills in a healthy way?
Yeah. I remember when I first started working for myself, I had to go to all these networking things and meet lots of folks. And, when I was little, I was very shy. And I remember that I would have to like take a deep breath and suck it in before I walked into these rooms. And this is really after like 15 years of working in communications. But in
Mm,
the work that I do, we put the leaders forward. We get to stay in the background, PR folks, we don't like being in the forefront.
yeah.
So yeah, it takes some intentionality also in saying, I need to do this. It's not really about me. If I want to support, if I want to transform and change lives, I gotta put myself out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you could wave a magic wand, um, what would you want the world to understand most deeply about you or about Emergent Works? Or
Hmm.
both?
Yeah, I'm here to serve. Like, I think
Mhm.
people, when people meet with me, I think they like me because like I'm really just here to serve. Like, I don't really care about the nonprofit industrial complex. It is a vehicle to give my people an option. I'm here to get people paid. I'm here to see lives transform, the digital divide decrease, recidivism decrease, families breaking generational poverty. Why? And
Mm,
someone checked me on this recently, Jennifer. Why? Because I did it.
Yeah.
because I was
What do
able
you
to.
mean? What do you mean they checked you on it? What?
Because they kept
Just,
saying, well, Army, they said, what are you most proud about? And I said, all of these wins about EW. And she was like, nah, you're most proud that you won first. Like you was able to do it. And yes,
mhm.
she's right. Like my son doesn't have to worry. And it's not because of some financial freedom thing. It's because
Yeah.
that now I know better. And now I
Yeah.
know what
And
accounts for
now that
investment.
you know you've impacted generations.
Come on. And we going to,
Yeah.
and this is just one organization of millions shaking the nation. So like we're
Yeah.
just going to do our part. And I really want people to know, Jennifer, that the future of the workforce is being decided already without us.
Hmm.
And especially with the
Yeah.
exasperation of AI, we have to respond. I
Yeah.
understand that the world is heavy right now. I understand that life and the experiences that we're seeing is disgusting and heavy right now. But what are we
Yeah.
going to do? And the thing
Hmm.
that you can do is enough. And that's
Yeah.
what we realized at EW when the budget was gone, when we, you didn't get the grant, you didn't get the funds. Are we going to show up still, or are we just going to cash out and wind down? And we showed up, and we're
You
going to
just you
continue
chose
to
to
show
show
up.
up.
We're going to
Yeah.
show up until we're out of a job because y'all stop locking our people up.
Amen. And I love it. Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Wow. Yeah, this is why I wanted to talk to you, Army. You brought the fire. You brought the fire at the Camelback event and here as well. I so appreciate the work that you're doing, and thank you. Thank you for working to uplift our folks. Thank you for working to uplift other people. Thank you for being an inspiration and a light. I
No, thank
appreciate
you,
you.
Jennifer, for your platform
Okay.
and reaching out and connecting. And I'm looking forward to continuing to build a relationship as well and supporting this
Yeah.
platform. This is amazing.
Thank you. Thanks so much. All right. Thanks so much.
Thank you.